You know, people move out here from the city all the time, don't have even the basic stuff. Let me start off with what you should carry with you all the time. This is for people in the city or whatnot. For those crazy Karens, always carry one of those. Now, this is a rule of threes. You can go 3 seconds without hope, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water. Anyway, so this would also be considered shelter because you're covering your skin. Now, I do keep leather gloves in the truck, but this is just walking around in the back. This is a photo vest right here, photographer's vest. So that just sits in there. It doesn't weigh nothing. These little things right here. How many people got stuck in Asheville would have loved to have one of those, because the water may have been tinged coming out of the faucet, but you can put a little bit of chlorine, a couple of drops of chlorine, and filter it through that, and you've been good to go. These are good for many, many gallons of water. So yeah, you should always have one of those with you, because you never know when you're going to get stuck somewhere, like people did in Asheville, and just that's another thing that's becoming a real problem now. We got YouTubers coming out there with no intention to help at all. The sole purpose to come out there is to get views. Now, that's a double-edged sword. We need them to come out, but when they get so many of them just coming out there, a lot of them just spewing out nonsense just to get views. So if they come out and tell the truth and show, say, hey, these people are needing help and all, that's fine. But people coming out that they have no experience on how to. I mean, I saw one out there going out there saying he's walking out looking to help people, and he's wearing Birkenstocks. If you go into any kind of disaster shoe and you don't have at least a pair of boots on, you're a fool. I know I shouldn't call people fools, but after seeing this video, if you do it anyway, you're a fool. All right. Now, if you live in the country, if you're moving out here where I'm at, basic thing every homeowner needs, if you have any acreage, if you have up to 5 or more acres, that thing over there, that orange thing with the bucket loader and all like that, got to have that. All right. Another thing you got to have is chainsaw. And more city slickers come out here and kill themselves with this thing here than they do guns. They come out here, I'll get a chainsaw, I can cut trees, I can cut my own wood. And they see somebody on TV doing something or on YouTube, and that bar comes up and hits them in the face, and they just wind up in the hospital and missing arms, and sometimes killing themselves. So if you're city folk and you think you're going to run to the country to live, to escape the city, you better learn before you pick one of those up, because that thing there is just as deadly as any pistol. That there will kill you just as good as a Glock. Now, also, if you're going out to help after a disaster, you would want to bring that extra fuel. You don't want to be a burden. If you go out there and you're expecting FEMA to feed you, you're just being a burden. This right here is one of the most efficient cook stoves there is, because basically it's a little rocket stove. Let me open it up here. I should have done that before I did the video. That you just feed twigs in it. In other words, debris laying on the ground. You put it in there and it cooks your food, and you haven't used any resources. All right. I always keep a can of Sterno and a little torch stuffed inside of it. This just sits up under the carport. So it's been sitting there for years. I don't think I've used this one. But another thing, if you're moving out here, and this is another thing, a water filter you can carry with you to any disaster zone. All these are, let me get it out here. It's got a picture on it. Is a ceramic dome. You drill a hole in the bottom of the bucket, run that through it. You put the water in. Now you should pre-filter and pre-treat the water with chlorine, a couple of drops of chlorine. And then you would let it sit for about 30 minutes and pour the water, let it sit so all the dirt goes to the bottom of your dirty water. Then you pour the water off the top of the other bucket, so you need more than one bucket. That and that. You've got water and enough to share. I mean, that even worked for people in the city. You think you're going to drink rainwater? You know what's on top of the roof that rainwater is coming off of? Bird poop. So you still need to filter even the water coming out of the gutters. Otherwise, you're going to be getting salmonella, what is it? I had the other one. I'm having a brain fart. Anyway, so you got water filtration. And these two right here on Amazon, you get two of them and the bucket kits and everything for like $26. Okay, what else? So, you bring your own food. You bring your own, you're going to have to bring a tent. You need plenty of wet wipes, your own roll of toilet paper. Because if you're going to go out in any disaster zone, you better be able to be stuck out there for a couple of weeks. Because you might get out there and get stranded. So if you don't think that you're going to need rescuing, don't come. Anyway, so that's the problem we're having now is people come out here, probably most of them with good intentions, but they're ill prepared. They have no knowledge of anything. I mean, if you shake hands with them and they ain't got a couple of calluses on their hands, they ain't got no business out there. Believe me, that thing right there will put calluses on you. So you need personal protection gear, you need gloves, good shoes, long heavy-duty pants, change of pants, change of clothes, at least 3 buckets so you can make water filtration and carry stuff with you. You need to bring your own food that doesn't need refrigeration. And you need to have one major thing, the knowledge to use it. Because if you don't know how to use this stuff, it might as well be a boat anchor. So anyway, that's the problem in Tennessee or in North Carolina now. YouTubers are coming out there just for views. And that's probably why a bunch of cops are running some of you off, because they're getting tired of people just coming out there. I tell you, that just irked me when I seen that one. I'm not even going to mention his name. Come out there walking around a disaster area in Birkenstocks, open-toed flip-flops. And you're going to tell me you're coming out there to document? No, you're coming out there just to get subs on your YouTube channel. So I'm demonetized, so it doesn't really matter to me. So anyway, there's the basics for anybody. If you're just wanting to move out here in the country, you probably want to have a generator. You want to get good gas cans. I'm not talking about these cheap plastic ones. I mean, here's the good jerry cans. They're lined and everything, so they're NATO cans. So you're going to need that. You're going to need chainsaws. Probably going to need a tractor. And you come out here to the country and you take a few precautions and you know how to use this stuff, you can go a long time without electricity. Now, I have lots of little animals, so I depend more on the generator, because especially come wintertime, you can see I even bought some more doghouse heating pads. You put those in a doghouse and it heats the floor, the little doghouses, so they can run in there and stay warm. So if you don't know how to use this stuff right here, do not go and help out in a disaster zone. Go to your church, give the stuff to the church, they'll distribute the stuff for you. If you're just coming out here to get views on your YouTube channel, stay home.